Hey, what's going on? Currently playing Aliens Fireteam Elite on PS5, and I'm going to show you today how to do Trigger Discipline Trophy, which is to beat an intense mission or higher without having any friendly fire with bots. I will show you my build real quick. I'm currently running the Technician. These are going to be turrets that I will be taking with me. This is the perks I currently have on my grid. I'll hold it over each one briefly. If at any point you miss one because I went too fast, just go ahead and pause it and take your time. Okay, that's the perks. Now, I would have to guess that everybody's beaten the first mission on whatever difficulty, but we're gonna beat the first mission on Intense with bots, private match. You could put a challenge card on if you want. It'll make it easier to survive, like with the double health, for example. I am not going to do that. Don't feel the need to use the card. You may not have a level 8 or a tier 8 technician, and it may be more difficult for you to achieve this. You'll get there eventually. That's all I can tell you. Just keep playing, you'll get there. But I would assume that this strategy can be utilized earlier than 8. But I don't remember when certain perks unlock. You do get the full grid at level 7 or tier 7, so you should be able to do this in your own capacity. On a side note, for anybody that's trying to get the synthetics trophy, killing 1,000 synthetics, those working Joes in this mission count towards that, or your dailies. There's 19 in this mission, so you could achieve that if you so choose, but the purposes of this video, I'm not going to do it because I want to keep the video as short as possible.
We can kick it after we grab him. Our men should be in the junction ahead. Honecker, this is the Colonial Marines. You hearing me? Acid damage. Not encouraging. Continue your sweep.
Oh, and also to be clear, the reason I didn't show the weapons is because the weapons don't really matter. You're not going to be doing too much shooting. You're going to be relying on the bots and your turret for most of the shooting. Okay, so you put your turret down there, activate the run-in, throw a couple of those down, run away. You don't likely need to run as far as I do, if you need to run at all. But I like the extra security blanket.
It's way more than I expected.
Now, for my strategy, we're waiting till she says the comment about the running. Signal from behind. When she says that, pull your turret. Okay, they're here. Throw that down to slow them down. Once your turret respawns, put it down. I do not recommend shooting likely at any point during this exchange. You don't need to, and the bots can be very weird with how they move, unnecessarily so. Periodically, one of the xenomorphs can get stuck on the wall, so you pop out real quick to make sure that doesn't happen. You get the marker.
Hey, on the deck, Honeker's
No
PD
shots
kitchen.
fired, no damage taken.
Why?
Good to go. This strategy also works on Insane, just not as well. But I have gotten, I believe, to the next part on Insane by myself. I'm still trying to figure out that strategy. Okay, I look here real quick because the hidden box can be here. It isn't right now. There's gonna be a small little run-in once I go to that door. So I will throw that down.
Sloppy work. Guess Honecker went this way.
Check the ceiling. There's nothing there. Crawler likes to be right there to jump down on you. Take your turret. Huh, nothing again. That's been happening lately. Normally, enemies come out of there, whether it's one of the green ones, or a swarm of xenomorphs, the regular ones.
I got an idea how to track down Honecker.
You go here to activate this.
Take too long.
Run back. Don't lean back, run back. Wonder how many people are gonna get that stupid joke. Alright, now you wanna wait till that. Once the door's open, throw that down. If your bots aren't shooting, take a quick pop shot just to get them to activate. They can stand still if you haven't been shooting for a while. But all you're really going to be doing is throwing down the electric. You don't want to shoot because they'll hop back and forth around here, and you don't want to risk shooting them.
New more. Stay sharp.
You want to make sure that you put your turret on top of the light in this tunnel. Otherwise, it can be hit. Alright. And we were fortunate because the spitter came to the doorway. The spitter will often stay right here instead of coming after you, so you may have to come out for it. But we didn't have to. The hidden box can be in this room, not in this spot. But I tend to shoot the synthetics. I won't do that, just to speed up the video. But I find that if I run through the room, I often get the end so that I don't have to go to the side room. The box is usually here if it's here, right there in that spot right there, in that corner. But I find that if I run around the room, when I hit the button over here, I often don't get the side room, and you want to avoid the side room if you can. Well, obviously the video wants to prove me wrong, damn it. But this room is kind of annoying. I don't like it. There's a bit of an exploit that people are like talking about, which if you go in and out of this room, the xenomorphs continue to spawn, as long as you don't push this button over here. But it's, you know, any situation where you have to push that button, it basically does the same thing. So, you know, it's better for the later game to do something like that, because you get better experience. But one of the things that I like to do is stick around because I don't like the big guy hunting me. So but I'm not going to do it in this room because they'll keep coming.
Sentry deployed.
See, this is one of the reasons why ideally you don't want this side room. Because that dude's just annoying. Your bots take unnecessary damage. And you take unnecessary damage. So, you know, this bastard's making this video even longer. Alright, now that he's down, take your turret. It's likely you'll get some guys on the exit over here. Yep.
Sentry deployed.
You don't want to be in the path here because of the spitter. You want to periodically throw down an electric to slow them down and make your turret stronger. And you'll get them popping up from the ceiling.
While Lister reviews the data, you can get the power up. Dynamo room's just ahead.
Or right there.
Listen.
It's if you're facing them, don't shoot, just run.
Patching up.
I could have probably waited a split second longer. Alright, there's a crawler right there.
Sentry deployed.
The game's being overly active right now. I don't usually have this much activity here. Okay, so here you have the hidden box. If you're in this room, the hidden box will always be right here. At least that's been my experience. There usually isn't one of those guys here. I don't know why he's here.
Sentry deployed.
Okay, for this part,
Spinning this up is gonna make noise, vibration, heat. Whatever bugs key off, they'll catch it. Be ready for a fight when you switch on.
it's a good idea to put at least one turret.
Sentry deployed. This thing's been idle a long while. It's gonna take time to... Movement!
The movement's usually this side, but it's this side.
Just finished injecting lubricant.
Well, that sucks.
H2 feeds just connected. Getting there. Big damn signal here. Just about to give power to the mains. Sentry deployed.
Rebooting. Assistance required. Rebooting. Rebooting. Shut down. Rebooting.
Nice. We'll send a follow-up engineering team to get that mess fixed proper.
That could have gone a little bit better, but...
Keep heading aft toward the core. Sentry deployed.
Well, it's a good idea to stay in this tunnel right here until you've killed this guy, because otherwise he's going to harass you.
Bypassing deck.
Don't recommend healing if you get into this situation. Remember, you got 3 lives. Should make use of them. And he's down. For this, run across. Now that he's down, you don't have to worry about him.
Break out the heavy shit. This is gonna get spicy.
Sentry deployed.
If you're careful, you can take quick pops here. The point is to clean out this tunnel. Once it's cleared out, pick up your turret. Run in is relatively deep.
Sentry
Then
deployed.
throw down your sentry. Throw one of those. Ideally, you want both of them in the tunnel, which is what's happening now, but don't expect this to happen. One of them is usually outside the tunnel for some reason. But you can see I'm not shooting because he's being an idiot going back and forth. And that is why you only take quick shots. Because he just decided to move right when I was shooting.
Pardon me. I have completed my analysis. 2 weeks ago,
Okay.
the mainframe
For the purposes of letting people know where the boxes usually spawn, a box can spawn here if you haven't gotten it yet.
2-floor lift. Big freight elevator goes all the way up the main tower.
Sentry deployed.
Now that seems like it was unnecessary. Shooting up does not usually get you dead, so
Sentry deployed.
or well, not dead, but you don't usually hit anybody.
Fireteam. On the flank.
Now, this is the most ideal outcome for this section. If you can avoid it, you don't want to end up with that side room just because it's an extra unnecessary battle. You know, you do get swarmed a bit more in this situation, but it's the better,
Patching up.
it's the more desired outcome. If your turret gets banged up a bit, just pick it up. It's faster to pick it up and put it back down
Sentry
than to
deployed.
wait for it to get respawned.
I'm gonna shortcut you through the refinery core. You'll get a nice view, too. You're welcome.
Rearming.
When we reach Honecker, we're gonna have to ID by his blood or by his teeth. I got a pool running.
I'm not liking my chances if I'm being... Oh!
Rebooting.
The box can also show up right here, the hidden box. My chances are not good right now,
I'd
unfortunately.
say test the echo, but, you know, looks.
Both the bots
Got
are
some
on their
big
last
internal
lives.
leaks. Never a good sign in space.
Sentry deployed.
You there? You still good, Marines? We don't find this guy alive, I'm gonna kill him.
That was fortunate. Usually a crawler and some xenomorphs are there, but nothing.
Sentry deployed.
Same deal as the generator. Expect little friends to pop out all over when this turns on. Elevator 17 decks up. Take a while to show.
Grabbing ammo.
Set up a perimeter, then hit the call button.
Okay. It's still not impossible. I don't normally do this, but what I am going to be doing is I'm going to go all out here. And the only reason is because the bots are seriously banged up. I'm banged up, so I really can't afford to heal them. Your turret you should put right
Sentry
there.
deployed.
They can't hit it at all. The spitter can hit it, but the rest of them can't. So it'll be very useful right there. Normally I would put down some mines, but I don't have any.
Sentry deployed. Sentry deployed.
I don't really recommend putting turrets up at the beginning,
Sentry deployed.
only because the beginning is pretty easy. There really isn't a need for it.
Sentry deployed. Sentry deployed.
Now, I'm fully aware that what I just said,
Brace for
but
it,
the
Marines.
reason why I went all out like that, or severe, is because they're so banged up, they may not make it otherwise. And they don't need to make it for you to succeed, but to lose them as early as I would if I didn't put all of this stuff up, it would probably guarantee I didn't succeed.
Incoming on the left.
You could be a little more involved if you wanted to, but
Topside. Spitter on the column.
now do remember the absurd amount of turrets I put up is unnecessary.
Reflex in the duct.
As you saw right there, or may have seen, they stopped shooting because I was standing around doing nothing. So you periodically do have to shoot. Now, you got a whole minute. You do not want to be dealing with the big guy. See, he just took out one of them. There's the other. And we still got 30 seconds, so we have to do the runaround. The turrets being up is actually beneficial. Throw down your grenade things to slow them down. Now this is just a race against the time.
Into the elevator. Haul ass, Marines. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Honecker
And
awaits.
that's,
At least
you
that's
know,
what I
I've had missions where I've had both the bots survive, but you saw I did very little shooting. I've already gotten the trophy, so it won't pop for me. But I will show you that I didn't uh, give any damage, no friendly fire. Look at that, zeros. So, you know, it takes a little longer, but it's totally doable on your own.
Honecker is somewhere up on Katanga's
Well,
mainframe decks. Looks
I
like he's
hope
been
that
searching
helps
for a
people.
safe place to hide from all the Xenos
I'm
aboard.
sorry the video
Your
is
mission
so
hasn't
damn
changed.
long, but, you know, as long as the intended outcome is achieved, what does it matter? Well, hope that helps people. Keep on gaming.